This is to the Washington Attorney General's Civil Rights Division. Thank you for calling me yesterday. My name is Mr. Corey Schweitzer. I'm a whistleblower who has been documenting corruption across Nez Perce County, Idaho, and Asotin County, Washington for nearly 6 years. My complaint to your office concerns a coordinated, multi-agency effort to cover up the misuse of public funds, obstruct public records, and retaliate against me for reporting crimes and official misconduct. This conduct violates my First Amendment rights under the First Amendment, the Washington Public Records Act, and multiple state criminal statutes. I'm a pro se litigant. I filed Public Records Act lawsuit in Columbia County Superior Court, a complaint with the State Auditor's Office, and a certification complaint against the Asotin County Sheriff with the CJTC. I'm also preparing a federal RICO and a 1983 civil rights complaint for the Eastern District of Washington. The core allegations. The central scheme is simple. Asotin County Prosecutor Curtis Lidke and Coroner Lisa Weber used public resources to defend Superior Court Judge Brooke Burns in a personal capacity lawsuit, a First Amendment mandamus action that I filed against her after she blocked me on her campaign Facebook page. The county was never a party to that case. The Washington State Supreme Court explicitly ruled that a county prosecutor is not a state officer under its original jurisdiction. Yet Lidke appeared as Burns' counsel and Coroner Weber, who is statutorily barred from practicing law, and acted as his assistant. When the county insurer, Washington County's Risk Group, denied coverage for the Public Records Act, the county manufactured a fake case caption, Schweitzer versus Asotin County, and appointed a private attorney, Amanda DeLong, as a special deputy prosecuting attorney for $325 an hour. That case never existed. The appointment was legal fiction to funnel taxpayer money through the prosecutor's budget to pay for Judge Burns' defense. I've got those documents to prove it and have been included in this email chain. July 10th fee agreement, the July 21st special deputy appointment, both July 3rd, 2025 insurance disclaimer letters, and the July 8th, 25 notice of withdrawal of Lidke as Burns' counsel. Then there were the false statements to the state auditor and obstruction records. On December 31st of 25, Asotin County Stacy Harmon told the state attorney's auditor's office that no funds had been expended and the county did not hire and pay for a private law firm. They said it was covered by insurance. Those statements are demonstrably false. The fee agreement and special deputy appointment prove otherwise. When I requested the email in which Judge Burns asked Lidke for representation, the county withheld the entire email under attorney-client privilege, provided with only a one-line exemption log with no legal justification and claiming that the request was closed. That is a per se Public Records Act violation under Sanders versus State to cover up this representation. When I requested the SAO-related communications for 2601, the county charged me an unlawful $10.20 scanning fee for an electronic records. They gave a 93-day estimate for a simple electronics records request, PDR 26-10, and provided an exemption log that only listed the statutory citations with no explanation, another PRA violation. The county refused to place my formal complaint against this representation on the Board of Commissioners' public meeting agenda in violation of the Open Public Meetings Act. Witness intimidation and First Amendment retaliation. On April 2nd, 2026, I posted a comment on the Asotin County Sheriff's official Facebook page reporting potential criminal violations by Lidke and Weber. Within minutes, the Sheriff's Office disabled the comments on the entire post. I have the screen recordings documenting the comments were opened before my post and immediately disabled after. This is viewpoint-based retaliation under Lidke versus Freed. Nez Perce County blocked my email addresses on April 22nd, 2026 from communicating with its prosecutor, detective, commissioner, and other officials, all who are implicated in reports of bribery and embezzlement. I received multiple 550 emails blocked by the administrator bounce back messages. This is digital obstruction of justice and witness intimidation, and including day-long email threats to file defamation against me for saying these things. Prior to these incidents, Judge Brooke Burns blocked me on her official campaign page after I asked her a question about the obstruction of justice. Both Prosecutor Curtis Lidke and Judge Burns blocked me. Both actions were taken in retaliation for my protected speech reporting police bribery and embezzlement. It wasn't even police bribery in Asotin County. It was in neighboring Nez Perce County. This is the closed-loop enterprise between Idaho and Washington connections between Asotin and Nez Perce counties. This misconduct spans 2 states because the actors are connected by family, marriage, campaign donations, and professional relationships. An example, Trey Turner, attorney for Justin Coleman in Travelland RV, was married to Callie Jo Parker, a deputy in Coleman's office, just like Nick Woods. Both donated the maximum to $500 to Coleman on the campaign on the same day. Coleman was best man at their wedding. It was also the same day that I reported the police department bribery to Bud Hurd, and Bud Hurd then immediately announced his resignation. Judge Brooke Burns presided over Turner and Parker's divorce. She entered a $30,000 judgment and approved their parenting plan, all while Lidke was representing her before the Supreme Court. Hannah Lidke, Nez Perce County Commissioner, is Curtis Lidke's sister-in-law. She paid herself $89,120 a year from a nonprofit that received hundreds of thousands of dollars in government grants while she sat on the Lewiston City Council. Nick Woods, a detective in Coleman's office who I can personally say that I witnessed taking cash bribes from Tim Kruger, is now running for county commissioner, and his campaign is funded by Coleman's campaign committee, a sitting commissioner, and Coleman's ex-wife. The same officials who dismissed my reports as delusional are now prosecuting the $554,000 embezzlement I've been reporting for the past 6 years. Well, 4 years. Deanne Gigley pleaded guilty to grand theft in March 2026. That judicial admission alone confirms that I was telling the truth the entire time. I can also provide evidence of me telling them that. What I'm asking the AG's office to do here: open a formal investigation into whether the coordinated conduct of Curtis Lidke, Lisa Weber, Amanda DeLong, Chris Kemp, Stacey Harmon, Sheriff Hildebrand, and Under Sheriff Blake Richards constitute a multi-agency conspiracy to deprive me of civil rights under the color of law and to obstruct justice. Evaluate the false statements, determine whether the December 2025 representations to the SAO constitutes false statements to a public servant or misuse of public funds. Review the amendment retaliation. Assess whether the sheriff's disabling of the Facebook comments and the email blocking by Nez Perce County violate the First Amendment under Linke v. Freed and amount to official misconduct. Consider a special prosecutor. Given the incurable conflict of interest within the Asotin County Prosecutor's Office, they represented Judge Burns and now cannot investigate her or the related misconduct. Consider whether a special prosecutor is warranted. I ask formally that the AG's office preserve all the records related to this matter, because I intend to name the state of Washington and its agencies as necessary parties in my civil rights and RICO complaint for declaratory and injunctive relief. Closing points. I'm not seeking your legal advice, representation, or private legal opinion. I'm providing formal notice of documented state law violations that form the predicate acts for my impending federal litigation. I prefer to communicate via email due to this visual impairment and autism. You have my contact information. All of my telephone calls are recorded for accessibility and accuracy. The documentary evidence is already in the hands of the state auditor, the CJTC, the Columbia County Superior Court, and dozens of media outlets. The record is now permanent. The cover-up is exposed. I'm simply asking your office to do its job and ensure that Washington state officials are held accountable for these violations. Thank you.